Hi everyone, my name is Ella, and today I am going to inform you about the serious threat the New World screwworm poses and its negative impacts on livestock and our environment. So, the New World screwworm poses a serious threat because it endangers livestock industries, harms wildlife and pets, and can cause significant economic losses as it spreads into our country. Imagine something as simple as a fly being the reason behind deaths of our livestock, wildlife, and even your pets. The New World screwworm is a type of parasitic fly whose larvae, which is why it's called the screwworm, causes harm to all animals by burrowing into and feeding on living flesh. Because the fly has made its way into the United States, I have made it a point to research, and today I will inform you on the dangers it poses to our animals and our economy as it spreads into our country. So, what exactly is the New World screwworm? The screwworm itself has been around since the 1800s, but was successfully eradicated in the United States around 1960. While it was in the US, it caused unbelievable damage and needed to be stopped right away. In order for us to get rid of the screwworm, we had to search and research day and night to find a solution to the problem, and thankfully scientists and researchers settled on the sterile insect technique. This technique worked because the female screwfly only mates one time in their lifespan, so by releasing sterile male flies, it allows the population to eventually disappear. Although it was eradicated in the United States in the 60s, it remained terrorizing Central America. The screwworm does majority of its damage in the larvae phase, which is why we know it as the screwworm. Female flies lay their eggs in wounds of warm-blooded animals, such as cattle, and once their eggs hatch, the larvae feed on the living tissue or the open wound, which inevitably worsens the wound, and it's incredibly painful to whatever animal is infected. Understanding what the screwworm is and how it spreads explains why it's such a dangerous pest. The threat that it has on animal health is something to take very, very serious. When the screwworm burrows into the skin, it expands the wound, and as you can imagine, that's pretty painful. It can infect even the tiniest of wounds, something as small as this, and it can go unseen. When animals go untreated, they develop infections, undergo weight loss, and inevitably, they could die. All animals are at risk to this parasite. Livestock, such as cattle, sheep, goats, and horses are especially at risk. However, the screwworm larvae can only survive on living flesh, so even animals like deer and our dogs and cats can become infected. Beyond harming our animals and our wildlife, the outbreaks can impact entire agricultural industries. When an animal becomes infected, it needs immediate treatment, and this in large numbers is not cheap. Ranchers will face high veterinary and treatment expenses because most of the time their herds are anywhere from 50 to 1,000 head of animals. So as you can imagine, treatment for that is not cheap. Because the screwworm can spread like wildfire, livestock production can decrease due to death and illness within it. This also means that trade and transport will become very restricted across the state for many, many reasons, because obviously we don't want any more animals being infected by this horrible parasite than there already are. So for states such as Texas that have incredibly large cattle industries, this is going to be a substantial financial loss for us. Because the screwworm is a force to be reckoned with and needs to be put to a stop sooner. There are certain government agencies that will spend millions upon millions of dollars to maintain and hopefully eradicate the fly again. These consequences demonstrate why prevention and control efforts are critical. The New World screwworm isn't just a fly. It is a destructive flesh-eating parasite that spreads through wounds of warm-blooded animals. It threatens animals such as livestock, wildlife, and even our pets by worsening wounds in such a way that they die. With its return, there will be major economic losses, especially for livestock and agriculture producers. Continued surveillance, prevention programs, and rapid response efforts are essential to ensure that this destructive parasite does not regain control of the United States again. Thank you.